Today, we face two possible futures: a clean, prosperous, and secure energy future, or climate catastrophe. And scientists agree we're heading in the wrong direction. To transform global energy use, we must create enough leverage to move the world, which can feel like a Herculean task. But there is a way to get where we create enough leverage by choosing the right solutions and taking them to scale. But how do we get from here to there? First, we must identify the solutions that will have the most impact on climate change, which means we need to drastically reduce carbon emissions. To do that, we need to focus on one of our largest sources of CO2 emissions: electricity generation. Buildings are responsible for 72% of electricity consumption, so making buildings dramatically more energy efficient can cut carbon emissions at the source. Solutions applied out here are powerful, especially those that stimulate the market. For example, saving energy is cheaper than buying it or building more power plants, so energy efficiency makes compelling market sense. And in commercial buildings, efficiency can save billions of dollars and avoid gigatons of carbon emissions. Next, we must choose the right approach to optimize an entire building and create cascading savings. For example, if an old mechanical unit fails, there are improvements you can make before replacing it. Things like upgrading windows and insulation, painting interiors a lighter color, and adding daylighting to reduce the load of the building. Now a smaller unit does the job, and the cost savings from the smaller unit pay for the previous upgrades. And by planning with tenants, owners can improve asset value while cutting their building's energy use by 50% or more. Saving energy, saving dollars. Seeing the whole system makes all the difference. One deep retrofit is important, but we get real leverage when we help create the demand for millions of retrofits across the country. And together we can. We can showcase high-profile deep retrofits that get amazing results, like the Empire State Building, which is saving $4 million a year after reducing its energy use by 38%. Examples like these create demand from tenants who want better workplaces and owners who see the quantifiable savings and clear business case. Finally, we begin to scale the solutions by working with leaders who can retrofit hundreds and thousands of buildings at a time. So money flows to efficiency, away from building power plants. But we can't do it alone. You can help us build the projects, showcase successes, and partner with the right industry leaders to change the future of energy. Together, we can get to the point of tremendous leverage where solutions have the most impact. Stand with us and move the world.
But today, people are demanding it at no premium in cost. This is what I'm experiencing as a home builder. And I am extremely busy. I have more business now than I've had in all the years past. And I know it's because people recognize the value of having an energy efficient home and saving the earth and not spending all your money on utility bills.
But we also use a lot of energy in the buildings and homes that we live in. And we use that energy for cooking and cleaning and entertaining. Let's look at the typical American home. The typical American home, and this is a Cape Cod home, but uses a lot of energy. And actually, I think about $2,000 is the typical energy bill for all energies in an average American home. And it varies, of course, by state and climate, but most of the homes built in this country, 85% were built before the year 2000. And that means that most of them have leaky walls, windows, inefficient furnaces, and cooling systems. Not because they were built poorly at the time, but because the codes have evolved now and changed, and we've learned a lot about building science, so we know how to build houses better. When I was a child growing up in northern Minnesota, my father was constantly telling my brother, my sister, and I to turn off the lights. That's my father, and it's funny how quickly I look at this photo and I remember receding hairlines start really early. But when he was telling us this, to shut off the lights, I knew it was for no other reason than to save money. So when I became a parent and my children were the right age, about the mid-90s, I decided to try an experiment. I never told them that electricity cost money. Instead, I drove them to the nearest coal-fired power plant, and I told them that we extract this coal from the earth, blow it off of mountaintops, and then we truck it over to these factories like this one, and then we burn it to make electricity, and in the process, we emit a lot of toxic gases, fumes, heavy metals. I really hope you'll think about energy end use in your lives and sort of things you might be able to do to use energy more efficiently, not conserve energy. By the way, conservation of energy really can't be done. Well, not without compromising the services it gives. When my dad shut out the lights, if we were still doing our homework, we would lose the services of the lights. Therefore, it's conservation, there's money savings, but we're not getting the service. That's not efficiency.